Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving into something absolutely wild. We're talking about a market that moves literally trillions of dollars every single day. Now, if you've ever looked at a trading chart and just felt totally overwhelmed, don't worry, let's figure it out together. We're going to build our understanding step by step and uncover the real foundations of Forex and gold trading. Here's our clear roadmap for today. We'll cover welcome to the Forex market, how traders actually make money, understanding trends and price moves, the essential trading vocabulary, a walkthrough of a real trade, and we'll wrap up with your first trading homework. All right, Section 1, welcome to the Forex market, the largest financial market in the world. So what is it? Forex simply stands for foreign exchange. At its very core, it's just the process of exchanging one currency for another to make a profit from the price movement. And that right there is the entire goal of this whole thing. Profiting from the daily up and down movements of currency prices. It's not magic, it's just an exchange of value based on what a specific currency is worth on any given day. And we're not talking about some niche, small-scale activity here. We are talking about over $7 trillion moving daily. It's massive. And the sheer scale of this market is exactly why there's so much daily price movement. You've got millions of individuals, huge businesses, central banks, all exchanging money constantly. All of that intense activity creates the up and down price action that we actually look for to find our opportunities. Now, what's really interesting is how Forex is actually structured. It trades in pairs, meaning you're always comparing one currency directly against another. Take the EUR-USD pair, for example. The EUR stands for the euro and the USD is the US dollar. You can think of this pair like a giant tug of war. If the EUR-USD chart goes up, it means the euro is getting stronger while the US dollar is getting weaker. There are quite a few major Forex pairs that traders love to focus on. The heavy hitters include the EUR-USD, the British pound versus the US dollar, the US dollar versus the Japanese yen, and the US dollar versus the Swiss franc. But for us today, I really want to firmly anchor our focus on the very last one on this list, XAUUSD. This represents gold versus the US dollar. We're going to use this specific pair as our primary example going forward in this explainer. Moving right along to Section 2, how traders actually make money, specifically the two directions of trading. Okay, let's contrast these two directions side by side. First up, the buy direction. It's pretty intuitive. You hit the buy button when you expect the price to go higher. For instance, if you buy gold at a price of $3,300 and then sell it when it climbs up to $3,310, boom, you've just captured a 10-point movement in pure profit. But then, conversely, we have the sell direction. You use this when you expect the price to drop. Say you sell the Euro-USD at 1.1200 and later you buy it back at a lower price of 1.1150. You profit directly from that drop. The beauty of this is that you can make money whether the market is rising or falling. Let's jump into Section 3, understanding trends and price moves. What drives the market? Seriously though, what makes the price move in the first place? Like, why does the value of gold, or any currency for that matter, totally change from one minute to the next? Well, price basically moves because of some really fundamental underlying economic drivers. We're talking about breaking news, major shifts in interest rates, inflation numbers, basic supply and demand, and overall market sentiment. Let me give you a super specific example. Let's say U.S. non-farm payroll data comes out and the job numbers are just way weaker than everyone expected. In this scenario, gold often rises. But why? Well, because weak jobs data usually means the U.S. dollar might weaken. And since gold is priced against the dollar, the value of gold shoots right up. And when those economic drivers push the price consistently in one particular way, we get what is called a trend. A trend is simply defined as the overall direction of price. Guys, this is your foundational concept for reading absolutely any trading chart. Before you even think about making a trade, you always want to identify the trend. Let's see exactly how this translates to reading a chart. You basically have an uptrend versus a downtrend. In an uptrend, the price makes what we call higher highs and higher lows. Visually, just think of this like a positive slope on a math graph, where the line is traveling steadily upward over time. On the flip side, a downtrend happens when the price makes lower highs and lower lows, just marching its way consistently downward. All right, section 4, the essential trading vocabulary. It's time to start speaking the language of the market. Let's quickly define the basic mechanics of sizing and entering a trade. First, a pip. That is simply the smallest price movement a Forex pair can possibly make. Next, lot size. This is just the actual size of the trade you decide to take. Then we have spread, which is basically the difference between the buy and the sell price that the market is offering you. And finally, leverage. Leverage is basically borrowed trading power from your broker, and it allows you to control a much larger position than your standard account balance normally would. Now, beyond those basic terms, there are two order types you need to know that are absolute lifesavers. First is the stop loss, or SL. This is your automatic loss limit. The second is the take profit, or TP, which is your automatic profit target. I want you to think of these two things as your automated safety nets and goalposts in the market. You set them up once, and the trading software literally manages the trade for you, meaning you don't have to sit there staring unblinking at your computer screen for 10 hours straight. Let's move to Section 5, walkthrough of a real trade. We're going to put it all together with gold. Okay, let's carefully walk through the logic of an exact setup in 4 simple steps. Step 1, you identify the current price. Let's imagine gold is currently trading right at 3,300. Step 2, you decide your direction. Let's say, based on your chart reading, you strongly believe the price will rise, so you execute a buy order at 3,300. Step 3, you set your goalpost. You put your take profit target at 3,310. Step 4, you set your safety net. You place a stop loss limit just below at 3,295. So once you do all that, there are 2 possible automated outcomes, which we can compare right here. In scenario A, the market goes up, just like you thought. The price reaches 33.10, your take profit order kicks in automatically, and boom, your profit target is hit. But what about scenario B? The market goes against you and drops. Well, if the price reaches 32.95, your stop loss order automatically triggers. You exit the trade automatically with a very controlled, predefined loss. Which brings us to an incredibly crucial point. This is why risk management matters. Using that stop loss is what prevents catastrophic failure. It means you always know exactly what your absolute maximum risk is before you ever even enter a trade. Finally, Section 6, your first trading homework. Let's get into some actionable next steps. I have a highly actionable next step for you today. I want you to try opening up a free charting platform called TradingView. Once you're in there, just use the search bar to find some real-time charts for XAUUSD, EURUSD, and GBPUSD. Looking at those actual charts, I want you to see if you can visually spot the concepts we just learned about. Hunt for a clear uptrend, hunt for a downtrend, and see if you can eyeball some basic areas of support and resistance. And doing this homework is totally vital because it sets you up perfectly for our next lesson together. In the next explainer, we're going to dive deep into candlestick basics. You're going to learn about the specific shapes on the charts, stuff like bullish candles, bearish candles, pin bars, engulfing patterns, and how they all fit into overall market structure. So, I want to leave you with this final thought as you look at those charts tonight. What hidden secrets of market structure will these specific candlestick patterns eventually reveal on your homework chart?